going down there because it needs maintenance. Look at it go. Hello everybody, welcome to Chaz Draycott Media and welcome to another episode of Tower Simulator 3. Yet again, you join me with a brand new airport in the game. Richmond has just released KRIC and I'm looking forward to playing this one today. Thanks very much to FeelThere for providing me a code for this airport. I am very, very grateful. I've made it clear I'm happy to purchase the airports, but they've given me this one today for free, so I'm going to trial it out and have a lot of fun with it. I've just finished recording the episode coming after this one actually, which will be quite fun, focused on just one particular type of aircraft with a custom schedule. But this is Richmond. Two simple runways here, 16 and 20, or 2 and 34. Don't know when the busiest time of day is going to be, so I'm going to keep it to midday, 100% traffic density and light cloud. We're also going to go for the Energist Design database and airplane set. We're only going to schedule 3 hours on this and we'll crack on, see what this wonderful little... Actually, stuff it. Let's put some rain in. Let's see what this wonderful airport has to offer, shall we? And straight into it we go here at Richmond. It's just going to take its time to load up. Yep, as you can see there via the frame rate. Whoa. Okay then. Funnily enough, K-Den, I believe, is going to be one of the next airports in the game based on what everyone's been guessing on the FeelThere Discord. Did I not set a runway? I did not. Oh, that screen is the other way round, and that's very annoying. 16 and 34 is the other way round, so... Do we want arrivals on 16 and then have them taxi back in on Lima? Yeah, we'll have them on runway 16 today, shall we? For everything. Let's have a look round. F7, camera above the terminal. Nice smooth frame rates, I'd say, at the moment. There's literally just a Delta 737 and a CRJ. That is a very similar... Somebody in the Discord has literally just said it makes a nice follow-up after Tucson. It's basically the same shaped terminal as Tucson, is it not? Very similar, if not the same. That's intriguing. I wonder why they make it a zigzag like that. Is that just to get extra gates in? If not, why would they not make that a bit longer?
Richmond ground.
What?
November 669 or Papa Tango with information Charlie. Ready to start.
Over here. There's some room over here for more aircraft. And then look, some sheds. Okay. Oh, hello. CRJ 902? Can't remember. Oh, yeah, cars. You lot know I love me cars. Oh, look at the old Datsun there, the blue one. And then the Mustang thingy next to it, that looks like an Audi Quattro. Never noticed that the cars were done in such detail. That's like a Dodge Charger. That's cool, isn't it? Or is it a Challenger? Don't know. And a little red Jeep. I never knew the cars were done to such detail. I don't know why, but still. You lot say that, you know, it's not a busy airfield when I'm looking at that. Is there anything in here? No. Let's have a ganders, though, because, I mean, I love old-school hangars like this. My girlfriend actually lives right next to something that looks like this, actually. It's very Cold War hangar-esque. It's a really, really cool building. She lives very close to an old, disused RAF base here in the UK. And we've been together 6 months, and it's been always sort of dark when I've been going there or leaving early in the morning. And it was only when it started to get a little bit lighter here in the UK that I actually noticed the massive hangar next door. I just thought it was like some big, I don't even know what I thought it was, just like a warehouse or something. It's a little Saab 340 looking thing there. It's a lovely little airfield though, isn't it? It's all very tidy and clean looking. Do you know what I mean? It looks clean. See if there's anything on this ramp down here. No, nothing spawning in here. That's cool. That's a lovely old school sort of hangar-y building, innit? I like that. Anything in here? No. One day, FeelThere are going to park something or hide a model or something in one of their airports. In one of the hangars. And I think it's going to be quite funny when they do. Let's go to... Let's have an F8 camera looking like this. And then where's runway 06? That's runway 2. So runway 06... Oh no, it's 16 we're having everything on, isn't it? So we could have the F9 camera sort of looking here. And then you've got an eye on both runways, haven't you? Cool. To be honest, I think that this sort of bit looks like it's for... I mean, probably cargo, but maybe military stuff. It's very pretty though, isn't it, this airfield? I like that the lights are blinking like that. I'm a big fan of this. I like old school stuff like this with big sort of beige concrete slabs on it. If anyone knows of any of the old racing games like the TOCA Touring Cars games that we had here in the UK, you'll know that a lot of the circuits look like they were made of this stuff. They're all brown for some reason, and I don't know why. November 669 Papa Tango, approved. Expect runway 16.
Approved. Expect runway 16. November 669 or Papa Tango.
So that's all the way over there. So if we... Oh, actually, I did set an F8 camera up, didn't I, that was overlooking all this. But maybe if I do what I keep saying I'm going to do and have it like this on top of the building, then maybe have another one on top of a building over here or something. Haha, little shed. Because we could have it on top of this, like this. See what I mean? Have it here, at this end of the airfield. So then you can just sit on top and look at stuff close up. I ought to do that. Not necessarily set it so high in the air and have it overlooking, but...
November 70 Mike on final 16.
Oh, we've got an arrival on the way in. How lovely. Is there anything over here? No, this is just a car park and some
November
sheds.
669 or Papa Tango.
This is an interesting taxiway, isn't it? Just in case you want to shortcut that and not cross a runway. It reminds me of an old school RAF base, this, because it's very sort of wide open and there's just one taxiway that sort of takes you around the perimeter to join it all together in one shape. Interesting little airport. Look how many buildings and objects we have these days. Jesus, wept. So 709 and Mike is on its way in, so they're going to be landing, coming down here, and then getting off there, so they can go over there, so it's actually quite useful for them. I do need to slop a camera down here. Control F10 that. So we've got 7 above the tower, 8 which is on top of this building and can look at this terminal here, 9 on top of this so we can look at this little area, and then 10 just over the top of the runway. Right then, let's do some work, shall we? Who are you? 9... What am I doing? November 709 and Mike runway 16, cleared to land.
Runway 16.
Now, I keep getting a lot of questions about where these radar styles come from. They just come with the airports for me. I have not customised anything or done anything. I don't know. So stop asking me, because I did not do anything in particular to get these. I'm not sure if there was a file provided with one airport somewhere or whether you needed to upgrade something. I don't know, but they just appear for me. November 669 Papa Tango, runway 16 via uniform.
Runway 16 via uniform. November 669 or Papa Tango.
So they're going to go down there, cross all this lot onto uniform, and on their merry way. Some lovely little things here. That looks like a Citation. You got the Beechcraft, the Cessna. Lovely little things, and then the CRJ, of course, over there. 669 at Papa Tango, crawling out. Very narrow little taxiways down here. You can tell that they are only for GA stuff and biz jets. And obviously this side of things for regional flights and all that. Lovely work again on the ground textures and all the lines. It's very bold and in your face. It's not sort of dull and dumbed down. It's nice that the gate numbers are on the actual buildings as well. I think there are some, aren't there, that... Yes, I was told about this at Toronto, that they'd sort of modelled the inside of the terminal rather than making it just like a solid building with pictures of windows on the outside. You can actually sit inside the terminal and watch stuff. So if you look here, look. Yeah, sure, there's no door to the gate or anything like that, and these do come through the walls, but you could be at your window at your gate, if I can get near it, and you can see the aircraft parked at the gate as if you're getting ready to board the thing. That's pretty cool. I like that. I really do like that. And that is apparently why Toronto was so heavy on frame rates, because it was all down to the interior of the terminal being done. So if you sort of came down here to B12, then you could, you know, wait to get on your Boeing 737. You'd come down here, I think, yeah, in here, on this, and then, boom, into the aircraft. It's lovely in here. Look at that. Fantastic view. Sorry. I shouldn't take the mick. They do a wonderful job, though. They all know that I love them. They all know at Neargis Designs and at FeelThere that I love what they do. At the end of the day, I wouldn't be playing this game if I didn't. It's fantastic fun. We've even got the ILS The PAPIS lights, I should say, that give you the indicator of how high or low you are on the glide slope. You usually have 2 white, 2 red to show you that you're bang on in the middle. Lovely little sort of radar antenna building here. That's quite cool. It's probably the actual building to do with the PAPIS and the ILS intercept. But yeah, I like the layout of this. It's an interesting laid out airport. There's some odd little gates here that you'll occasionally get stuff from. There's 669 Papa Tango screaming down the taxiway. Are they sort of bobbling up and down, or is that just my camera? Just the camera, I think. Now, where's our arrival? 709 and Mike is not doing much pace at all, is it? Is it doing like... Oh my god, it's doing 90 knots. Haha! It is crawling through the air. Absolutely crawling. I mean, we could probably get 6-6 Papa Tango out of here by now. Because they're down there. They need to cross runway 20 as well. November 669 Papa Tango, cross runway 20. That could be a pain in the backside to clear
Cross
people
runway
for.
20.
So are they going to cross and then just sit there on the runway? Because this is weird. So, yeah, where do they hold there? That's strange. Let's get them out of here. November 669 Papa Tango, runway 16 cleared for immediate takeoff upon reaching altitude 1000, contact departure. So where thought that was a good idea?
Runway 16, cleared for immediate takeoff. On reaching altitude 1000, contact departure.
So we're giving them takeoff clearance. Is that part of the challenge of this place? Is that, you know, when you've given them takeoff clearance, they have to cross a runway to do it? I mean, it's probably better to just get them to take off on runway 20, but like 16 for stuff over there and 20 for stuff over here, but surely when they're landing, that's a bit dangerous to have that close of an intercept. I don't know. 669 Papa Tango about to get cracking, or at least they should do. They've not gone near that line. Here comes 709 and Mike. Yeah, we should probably get departures out on runway 20. I mean, you've probably all been screaming at me already to have a look at that. Floor it, son. Making a racket. 709 and Mike on its way in now. Our next little arrival. Are they out yet? Yeah, look at that, already up. 709 and Mike only just on its way in. Are there any other arrivals ready after that? There's Papa Tango up in the air. And then tiny bit of separation, but at the end of the day, they're barely doing any speed whatsoever. In they come. What aircraft did it say it was? So we'll just keep an eye on it. Looks like it's one of them Pilatus things, a PC-12 potentially. You shush. It's probably the case that everything usually happens on runway 20. I know a lot of people love correcting me in the comments for saying how they usually operate an airfield, but the fun is I don't know these places off by heart. It is a Pilatus PC-12. And they're going to taxi, I believe, just to the entrance of the runway. So we'll get them to head back around. We'll get them via Charlie. November 709er Mike. Taxi to ramp via Charlie, cross runway 20. Fantastic.
Taxi to ramp via Charlie.
So they're going to come down here, cross the runway, and then
November
across.
70 Niner Mike.
Nina. Nina. Okay, well, we'll fast forward things on a bit. Speed it all up. And see if anybody else comes in or does anything. They just came to a stop, but they will get moving even further. Or faster, I should say. Just hoping that something comes in. I should have checked the schedule beforehand, but at the end of the day I like to throw myself in the deep end. I didn't realise it was going to be this quiet, much like Tucson. The very first video that we did at Tucson had, what, was it 3 departures and nothing else? Crack on. Listen to it. It's got a misfire. You coming here, are you? It's going down there because it needs maintenance. Look at it go. It's funny, isn't it? It's funny. That's one of the best things about this game, though. It is so much fun. It is so much fun. Give me a minute. I'm going to check what the busy schedule is, and I'm going to just restart the session and get some flights on the board. Okay, it looks like the busiest time of day is 10 o'clock on the original schedule, but even then there's only 12 flights in an hour. So this place is a lot quieter than I expected. So we'll go to 10 o'clock. We'll get some light rain on the board. It didn't seem to give me rain before, which was really weird, wasn't it? Didn't seem to give me any rain. I'm not sure if that's anything to do with my sort of Mio setup or whatever. We'll jump back in though and we'll just check that that's definitely working all good. Right then, we're in. I'm just going to now mess about with the Mio system down here. So if I turn it off, what's it going to look like? Let's just go outside and let's sit on top of this building and just have a look here so we can see this on the right hand side of everything. Let's turn Mio on and then... So that's the standard one, and then that's my settings. So you can see the contrast and the additional grain. And then the weather. Interesting. Because my weather had changed things and added extra conditions. I'm going to leave it on the standard setup of the game. Because you can see there's a lot more bloom and sort of a bit of blur about it. But I did choose light rain, didn't I? That's really weird because we don't have any rain whatsoever. Is that broken? Who knows? Who knows? Either way, we've got runway 20 as the active runway this time instead of runway 16. We have an arrival, which is November 709 Echo Lima. That is an Embraer Phenom E50P. Going back to this view, as you've seen, we have a United Express Embraer 175, we have a CRJ2 of United Express, Shush, Airbus A321neo of Spirit. We also have another Delta aircraft over there which has no winglets on it. What are you? Oh my god, it's a 75. I couldn't tell what it was at first. It's a 757. Oh, hello. It's nice to see you here. See, 75s will operate absolutely anywhere. It is a magical aircraft. Then over here is that. Wow, it's an Embraer 145. That's lovely to see. I like a 145. Scrawny little regional jet. And then I think another Embraer 175, yes. It is. Okay, so we've got a few bits to choose from, at least down this end. What about down here that we set up earlier? Only a few. Little Cessna. I can't remember what that is. And then we've got little beach thing. King Air, whatever, whatchamacallit.
November 709 Echo Lima on file 20.
You absolutely are, aren't you? We'll get you in, shall we? November 709 Echo Lima, runway 20, clear to land. Let me just wait for somebody to come up on here. This is very much like a modern TIST in the game, isn't it? Where it can be seen as one of the starter airports that you first use and first play with, where there's not really a lot going on. You just get loads of time to be able to figure out your commands, get everything spot on, and go from there. The doors have just opened on Spirit, so they're going to be getting people on board, which is good. That means they're going to be ready to go in a little bit. Don't know if we saw any doors open on this lot. No, not on that thing. Yes, doors open on the Embraer 175 though. In all of its glory. They're bright, aren't they? They're mighty, mighty bright. Especially considering that we shouldn't see them shining this way. That should only really be shining in the opposite direction. Aircraft landing that way. Still, maybe they actually do operate on 3-4 and then they bring stuff in and then taxi across. I don't know. But like I said, I'm sure people will, in the comments, tell me how this place normally operates and who goes where and who does what. But it's cool to get another airport in the game at the end of the day. And like I say, thanks again to FeelThere for providing me with a code for this one. I'm eternally grateful. We've got a load of scenery and buildings around the airport as well. Hundreds of buildings, in fact. Masses and masses of land. That Saab 340 thing is still sat there. There's a few other little bits with it at that side. There's a CRJ down here this time. Don't think there's necessarily... No, there's nothing over there this time round. Let's go and have a look at these lights, shall we? Because I'm intrigued by just how crazy bright they are. Usually you'd only see them on the direction that you're approaching from. You wouldn't see them like this, I don't think, on this side. You'd only see them if you were looking at them this way, like that. Look how bright they are. That's cool, isn't it? That's without my Mayo settings, actually. Let's turn that on. It dumbs them down a bit, you see. There's not as much bloom. I've also upped my viewing distance too. You can see, look in the background there. Brings it closer. I might keep that on. It sharpens stuff up a little bit, hasn't it? But I just don't know why it's not added the weather. Is the rain going to start falling? No. Okay. That's fine. I like this terminal shape though, it's cool. It's really cool. It certainly looks a lot like Tucson that we looked at recently, with the way that it's sort of like this W shape, and the aircraft can sometimes get a little bit messy if they push into there, so often they push onto this line instead. But I do like how the Americans have these gates where, you know, sometimes they intertwine a little bit based on what's coming in, but they are all on wonky angles to each other. They're not always, you know, perfectly straight along perfectly square piers like we have in Europe. It's very interesting. A lot of American airport design is really interesting because it's either perfectly square and everything's straight and 90 degrees, or it's all curvy and a bit wacky and all over the place. It's very good to look at. Where is this arrival? 130 knots they're doing, so as you can tell they are screaming into the airfield. We'll put the time on 4 times. Hopefully get them in a little bit quicker. But there's still nothing else calling up, unfortunately, at this point. So I'm not giving you the best demonstration in the world for Richmond and what it can offer. But the next time I'll be doing a video here will be a crazy beefed up schedule using Jarrett P's scheduler. Here it is, little Embraer Phenom. Tiny little jet. Just popping its way in. The view from inside the tower. You can just hear it powering down. Whereabouts are they going to be going? They're going to actually be parking down there on the far end. November 709er Echo Lima. Taxi to ramp via Uniform Romeo.
Taxi to ramp via Uniform Romeo.
I quite like the idea of controlling airports like this though, because you could just sit here and just chill out. It's very nice. It's almost like doing it on VATSIM, because I know a lot of the time there's not humongous amounts of people online at VATSIM when it's the less busy airports. I mean, often I just log on to VATSIM and sit on the ground at Manchester and just listen to the guys playing away and controlling. And you only get maybe 5 or 6 aircraft on frequency at a time. So it's quite lovely to be able to sort of focus on it. And I imagine as a controller it's very satisfying as well, because you're not overloaded with information with too much to look at. But I am actually, unfortunately, going to have to end this one here. But it's a very quick first look at Richmond. I'm going to go away now and I am going to... I'm going to go change my hoodie. So to those that... I mean, if you've watched this, you're going to know that I'm going to record the next one in a few minutes. But just so you don't think I wear the same clothes all the time, because I did also record another video in this earlier. But I'm going to go and beef up the schedule here and fill it like I did at Tucson. And maybe I'll end up tearing my hair out. But yeah, Richmond is a lovely place. It's loud with that little thing about. Thank you once again to FeelThere for the code for this one. I look forward to playing it with a busy schedule. And I'll be back in the next episode. Have a wonderful day, and I'll see you soon.